A lot of people were picking them to have a special year, and they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
Well, on paper, they certainly look dominant coming in, and that's exactly what we've seen on the floor. No one is going to want to face this team in the postseason.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The forward spots will be Butler and Green. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the 5 spot. And for Boston, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Kata in at the center. Pass to Walsh. So, Tim, the matchup before us tonight. What do you think we can expect to see?
Well, I think this is going to be one at the three-point line. Both of these teams, high-volume, three-point shooting teams. If they both get hot, it's going to come down to which team can get a stop first.
This is going to be our kind of game. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Shot clock at 6. Curry passes to Butler. It's up a 3. The rebound by Kata. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. He said, let's be honest, Jimmy Butler is one guy we have to be aware of at all times. When it comes to a player who's as versatile as he is, that means the D has to be versatile too. That means showing Butler various looks and various defenders. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Now Pritchard. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Back to White from downtown. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Mr. Curry puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Kata
taking it to the rack with power,
hammering down the two-hand slam. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Back to Post, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside, White. Down low. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a chance here to check out some stats for Derek White.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Now here's Curry, and get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him, an average of just about 29 points a game. Oh, good with the triple.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Good on the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
And it's White missing. Warriors trail by 4. Inside. Pass to Curry. Fader on the way. Another miss by Curry. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Bounce pass Pritchard. Brown feeling it out a bit. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
And the free throw, no good. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Here's Curry. He had 27 points last game. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Curry's got 8 points.
He's not going to miss that shot. A corner three by Steph Curry is automatic.
Right side, White. And White slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Here's Pritchard. The Warriors making the shot. Pass to Brown for the three. And he's good on the three ball. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a smart pass. Get it to Brown and just let Jalen cook.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Sam House's checked in for Boston. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. The Warriors, 4th. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
The effort has clearly been there for both teams on the backboards, and you can see it showing up in terms of points off those second chance opportunities.
Pass to Podziemski. Back to Curry. Green in the post. Banked in off the glass.
Those are the kind of buckets that will get Draymond Green going. He relishes finishing through contact.
Bounce pass Pritchard. Left side Brown. Over Moody. And another basket for Boston.
And far from just a perimeter scorer, Brown also adept at finishing in close.
Curry looking it over. Butler is screen on Pritchard. And a deep three from Curry. Hits the three-point bomb. Curry's got 11 points.
And he is doing everything he can to keep his team in it, trying to lift his teammates up.
Now Pritchard. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Outside Curry. Launches it. The rebound by Kata. Kata's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pritchard against Curry. And he drives in. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
Now here's Curry, 11 points in the game. Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry, Tim, continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponents.
First free throw is good. So, Tim, many have speculated that being an NBA coach is one of the most thankless jobs in all of professional sports. Do you agree with that?
Well, Kevin, it certainly can be. There's an awful lot of pressure that comes with those coveted positions. There's not a lot of job security. And, of course, there's always the difficulty in dealing with star players. But when you win, I don't know there's a better job in professional sports.
And when there's winning, there's always coaching probably at the core. Am I correct on that?
There is no doubt there has to be cohesion between a coaching staff and that roster if you want to win at the highest level.
Here's Hauser. Hasn't made one yet. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
It continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Here's Curry. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Well, he is doing everything he can offensively in this quarter, but unfortunately, it's a team game, and he can't win this alone.
Here's Pritchard. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Here's Brown. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
He is dialed in right now, perfect from the field this quarter.
Curry passes to Butler. Here's Podziemski. Outside Curry. Takes the 3. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Pritchard passes to Hauser. And here's Brown outside. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Warriors trail by 6. Pass to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Outside, Kuminga. A 3-pointer, no good. Austin's gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range in the first quarter. Yep, that one goes. And now it's an 8-point Celtic lead.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Now here's Butler. Still without a basket. Curry wide open. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
And Curry is really putting his stamp on this one.
Celtics leading by 5. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you, Kevin.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Both teams will make substitutions. On defense, the Warriors. It's a 5-point game. Tillman passes to Simons. They set the pick. The 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team. Kuminga. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Kuminga that time put the defender right on his heels, showing you great scoring instincts.
The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. And Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. If he can fit in defensively, he could be a long-term contributor, guys.
Yeah, he's more than capable. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting.
Well, there was a little bit of a learning curve for Jonathan Kuminga coming into this league. The athleticism was always there, and now his skills have come a long way.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Podziemski. Still scoreless. Pass to Kuminga. Now here's Here's Hield. Pocket 6. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. To the paint. Here's Boucher. Put it down hard.
Watch out below. Woo!
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They're firing on all cylinders, executing the game plan coming in.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. And here are the Warriors now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Kuminga up top. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
And how about the numbers here for Kuminga? Averaging about 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit, a guy who provides instant offense.
Well, I just love his mentality and his approach. He is always ready to go when called upon.
The first one falls. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Celtics leading by 8. Simons surveying the D. The shot, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Back to Podziemski. Now here is Horford. Still yet to score. Pass to Hield. Fires from deep. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
Way beyond the line there. Hield's range is limitless. Have to check him once he crosses half court.
Now here's Boucher. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first free throw of the game.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
At the line for 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And the Celtics making a change here. Pritchard's checked in. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Warriors. Good on the second free throw. There's 1:26 left here in the opening quarter. And here is Hield. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And the dunk by Horford.
Textbook use there of the pick by Horford. Strong footwork gets him to the shot.
Now here's Simons. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. Boucher with a screen on Hield. Simons from outside. Horford with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Podziemski finds Hield. 43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And good that time.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
In a tight game like this, you really have to take it one possession at a time. Focus on limiting mistakes.
1 shot.
And very quietly, Hield is one of the best three-point shooters in our league, as dangerous as they come.
Pritchard with the ball. We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Three-pointers, Simon. Good on the three-point shot. Simons has got 6 points.
Since entering the league, the three-point shooting numbers have really taken a jump for Simons.
That one good for 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Simons. He has 6. With 1 on the clock, and it's sent back by Horford. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He comes away. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
It's reflected in their assist totals. This is a great start offensively.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They're going with Hield and Butler on the wing. Horford is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Podziemski in at the 1. Here's Butler. His last outing, he had 24 points. Oh! Thrown down by Butler.
My goodness, that move was just nasty.
Boston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Pass to Tillman. Here's Pritchard. He's defended by Podziemski. They set the screen. No good on the triple. The Warriors trail. Outside, Horford. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for the Boston Celtics. They've led by as much as 10. Outside, Simon. Back to Pritchard. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the tray. Pritchard's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Pass to Hield. From past the arc. Rebound, Boston. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
When you turn great defense into easy offense, you are going to put yourself in a great position.
Here's Butler. Boucher with the rebound. Celtics leading by 3. You know, Tim, they say you can't measure heart, but Jimmy Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. He is non-stop.
Well, you can talk about his skill level and IQ, but Kevin, what you love about Butler is his competitive will, and he saves his best for the postseason. Well, that's an excellent contest, and then he finished the play with a tough rebound.
Left side, Horford. Hield from outside. Connects from three-point range. He's got 9.
And you've got to be up on Hield, especially when he's beyond the arc. If not, he'll burn you.
Pass to Boucher. And here is Simon. Fires the 3. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pritchard. Buries the 20-footer. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown, he's checked in for Sam Hauser. And it's White in for Anfernee Simons. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green comes in for Kuminga. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Buddy Hield. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Butler. Outside Curry. Horford sets a screen for Curry. They get it back. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And one of the things I love most about Butler is how physical he is. He doesn't hesitate to draw contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
The first free throw is good. And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. That guy is all about winning.
And so Butler nails both of them. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-90s. We were still flying commercial to that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there, reclining fully right next to you.
On the wing, Brown. Pass to White. Here's the 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 4th assist in this one.
And what a find by Brown, demonstrating a willingness to create for teammates.
Now, here's Curry. 20 points for him. Here's Podziemski. Back to Curry. Podziemski with it. 5 to shoot. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Curry against Pritchard. Driving in. Now, here's Boucher. Brown outside. Brown throws it down.
This is why Brown is one of the very best in our game. He's so good at getting into the flow.
Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Green with the screen on Pritchard. Curry from deep three-point land. Rebound, Boston.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
The kick out to Brown. Inside. Outside, White. The tray. Draymond Green with the rebound. Warriors trail by 5. Some nice passing by Golden State. Butler finds Podziemski. Now here is Horford. He's covered by Pritchard. Back to Podziemski. Lets it go. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Celtics leading by 5. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey team, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Back to you guys.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. The Warriors, 4th.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Richards is checked in, and it's Buddy Hield in for Brandon Podziemski. Brown outside. Brown finish through the contact from Brown.
And very early on, Brown learned how to finish through contact, an essential skill for an NBA player to master.
Pass the Butler. Now here's Curry. To stop the run. Rebound Boston. Kata's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, this quarter has just been a struggle for him offensively.
Outside, White. Fires the 3. And they get it back. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Minot. Over Butler. Minot can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 7. Butler on the wing. 6 points for him. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
And sometimes the only answer for great defense is the mid-range jumper, and that's Butler's go-to.
Pritchard against Curry. From outside the arc, here's Kata, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
Now here's Curry. 20 points for him. Hield the pass to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Outside, White. Here's the teardrop, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Hield. Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand you need to work at everything, but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, all of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your thing, your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
Shooting 2. You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. And that one falls for White. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And one of the responsibilities with being a great player is making free throws.
Outside Curry. Pass to Moody. Hield outside. Beyond the arc. The rebound by the Celtics. Kata's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And here is Simon. White covered by Hield. Yep, that one goes in there. White's got 7 now in this quarter.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Outside Curry. Hield from outside. That miss is his 4th this game. He's shooting 3 for 7 from the field.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
And Kata gets it to go.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Here's Jackson Davis. Nothing on the board. Here's White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 5 assists tonight.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And here's Brown. A 14-point game for him in the win against Chicago. The Celtics need to get a shot off. A nice shot by Walsh.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Healed outside. Some nice passing by Golden State. And it's Green missing. Celtics leading by 14. Pass to Kata. Now White. And here is Simon. Guarded by Kerr. The shot's good from Simon.
And Simon's showing you a lot of toughness right there. He got inside, did not shy away from the contact, and was able to get it done.
Here's Curry with the 3, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Boston with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And Allie LaFleur. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot, guys. Head coach Steve Kerr here with us now. Coach, what do you want to see from this team in the second half?
Well, we got to make some stops and get a little traction in this game. I mean, we fell behind right away, and so let's make a push the first 4 or 5 minutes, get back in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Boston Celtics.
I'll tell you one thing. They're going to keep going inside until the defense proves it can slow them down.
Shaq, why are you crying?
Leave me alone. This is you. Help me with the word, Ernie. This is...
well, to me, it seems euphoric.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking, Ernie. Why? Why?
Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
When you have two players going at each other like this, it becomes a point of pride. That's when the sparks fly. That's when it gets interesting.
For us and for the fans watching. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Curry has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. They trail by 16. Pritchard and White are their guards. Then there's Brown, and it's Walsh in at the power forward. That's the Boston 5. Now here's Green. Good! Green's got his third basket of the night.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
And from technical fouls, Tim, to flagrant fouls, it always seems like Draymond Green is walking that line and in the crosshairs.
walking that line or stomping on that line. I don't know what, but it's where he seems to want to live. You love that competitive fire. You just have to make sure it doesn't cross the line where he hurts his team.
But don't you think he knows exactly what he's doing at all times?
He understands most officials don't want to give him that second technical, that's for sure.
Butler finds Green. Over Pritchard. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Draymond Green.
And you know if there's anyone who's going to stick their nose in the action, in the paint, it's Draymond Green.
Now here's White. He's got 17. Takes a three. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Curry, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
Outside, White. Back to Brown. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
Brown against Butler. There's the screen. To the middle. Over in the corner, Green. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Off target from the wing.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Now Brown, 19 points in the game. Here's Walsh. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 7th assist in the game.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Now here's Curry. 22 points for him. No good on the shot.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
Brown outside. Over Moody. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Pass to Green. And they get it. That's it. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Boston leading by 14. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Right side, White. To the left side wing. Walsh. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Now here's Curry. A crossover. Curry gets it to go inside.
What a move by Curry. It actually looked like one of his pregame ball handling drills.
Pritchard passes to Brown. Good on the shot. Brown's got 6 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Here's Post. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Moody. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
No, that is not very good. That is just soft defense in the lane.
Pass to Walsh. Now Brown. Hit the shot. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. This group has players swatting away the most shots in the league this month. The shot block leaders. Fifth on the list, Derek White.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Sam Hauser's checked in for Boston. The Warriors also with a sub. Podziemski, he's checked in for Quentin Post. Pass to Podziemski. Some nice passing by Golden State. Here's Curry. It's good. And it's now 26 points for Stephen Curry.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, Hauser. Here's White. 17 points in the game. Back to Hauser. Pass to White. Off target with his three. Warriors trail by 13. Butler passes to Moody. Here's Green. Butler with the ball. 8 points for him. Puts up a deep three. And it's Derek White with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 17 points was their biggest margin. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Green. Bounce pass, Butler. Podziemski finds Curry. Back to Podziemski. The three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Now here's White. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Queta, the pass to Pritchard. There's the pick. There's Brown with the three. The Warriors pull it in.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from three. Only had that one in the first half.
Back to Green. Pass to Butler. Outside for Curry. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Curry's got it back down to within single digits for the Warriors. Boston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Celtics making a switch here. Tillman's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Kuminga's checked in. Now Pritchard. He's got 9. Wide, a screen on Curry. Pass to White. They could use a bucket. The Warriors pull it in. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Here's Pritchard. Now Hauser. Brown outside. Clock at 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up. And you think of the different styles of play. Tim, is there one that you prefer watching?
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play, and I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can. And the first one drops.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate.
Boston making a switch here. Simons is checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Hield's checked in. And Brown drops them both. Warriors trail by 9. And here is Curry. He has 29. Podziemski finds Curry. Nifty move. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, his production is not in question now if he could just get his teammates involved.
Hauser up top. Simons from outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Simons has got 11 points.
And Simons shooting the ball effortlessly, and he is absolutely fearless from deep.
Shoots from 14. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Cash money, Brown with the tray.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
And there's the bucket from Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga's confidence is growing down there. Now when he gets the ball inside, he's actually looking to capitalize.
Now here's Brown. 28 points for him.
Well, he is showing you that rebounding isn't all about size. You need will and effort.
Outside, Kuminga. Pass to Curry. Back to Podziemski. With the drive. And he uses the glass on the layup. Podziemski's got his second basket of the night.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
And we see Brandon Podziemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just the type of guy every team could use. He's a winner, high IQ, a hustle player who connects the game, and he can hit shots from deep.
And he gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 11.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Podziemski. He has 5. Green with a screen on Simon. On the wing, Heel. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists tonight. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And some changes here for the Celtics. As Boucher comes in for Brown. And it's Gonzalez in for White. Al Horford's checked in for the Warriors. .59 seconds left in the third. Outside, Gonzalez. Simons with the ball. He's got 11. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. Nice touch on the back shot. Simons has got 13.
And, you know, some guys might panic a little bit with that shot clock running down, but not Simons. Guy keeps his cool.
Here's Podziemski. He's got 5. Fires for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Podziemski's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Oh, gritty inside. Simons amongst the big bodies.
Now here's Curry. Takes the 3. And the Warriors, another 3.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Celtics lead by 6. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they're going with Hield and Butler on the wing. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Horford, and it's Podziemski in at the 5. Now Podziemski, pass to Butler. Hield from outside. Not going to go that time.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Tillman. Here's Pritchard. And here's Boucher. And it's Simons missing. To the inside. And Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, Kuminga will look for any opportunity to throw it down.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Simons with the ball. Pass to Boucher. Off target from 3-point range.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Podziemski. Down low. And slam dunk by Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy throwing it down. Wow, that was tough.
Pass to Tillman. Now Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. Boucher passes to Hauser. Pritchard from outside. Horford with the rebound. And so Horford will bring it up for the Warriors. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Back to Butler. Floats one up. Dropping it in, Jimmy Butler.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now, here's Simons. From downtown, again the miss by the Celtics. Warriors have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Pass to Podziemski. Now, here's Butler. To tie it up. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9. Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Outside, Simon. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Warriors trail. Outside, Butler. Pass to Podziemski. Here's Butler. Hauser defending. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Boucher with a screen on Hield. To the paint. It's stolen by Kuminga. Hield left side. Here's the drive, and then Hield with the dunk.
He's got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, they've shown great determination, and that speaks to the overall character of this team.
Now, here's Simon. To the inside. Pass to Pritchard. Will it go? A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 20.
It's been a modest night scoring so far. Maybe that shot will encourage him to get some more looks.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And some changes here for the Celtics. Mars is checked in, and it's Brown in for Sam Hauser. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach did everything he could to fire up his team, saying, quote, "This is where every one of you has to dig deep. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Anything to give his team an extra push to close the gap." Guys?
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Now, here's Curry. Healed outside for three. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night. Now Pritchard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Green. Now Butler. Butler on the move. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game, and not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. Boston making some changes. Minod's checked in, and it's Simons in for Chris Boucher. Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. And so Butler nails both of them.
You know, there's always a lot of talk around Jimmy Butler, but the fact is this. When the game is on the line, Butler can raise his effort level. It's almost unmatched in this league.
Now, here's Simon. For the three. And no good that time. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 15-3 run right now. Here's Curry. Green with a screen on Pritchard to the middle. And Green slams it in.
Okay, Draymond showing you he can still get up. Do not sleep on Draymond's hops.
And here is Brown. Simons finds Pritchard. It's Brown on the wing, defended by Butler. Brown against Butler. Count that bucket. Brown's got 30.
And Brown is at his best when he's attacking inside.
Curry passes to Butler. Over Brown. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jaylen Brown.
All the officials are all over that one.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
Take a break.
And I've also been very impressed with their ball movement. It has led to better shots. The offense overall has had a great rhythm.
He misses the free throw.
And free throws have never really been an issue for Butler. Makes a living at the line.
And the Celtics making a change here. Kate is checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Moody's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And even with one miss, he's still able to stretch that to a 2-possession game. That is huge for them right now.
To the left wing. Brown outside. They grab their own miss. Pritchard finds White. Back to Pritchard. Shoots over Curry. And another basket for Boston.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Now here's Green. Curry can't get it to go.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Curry against Pritchard. Down low, goes up and lays it nice and easy. And now just a 1-point Warrior lead. outside Butler. Moody with it. Pass to Butler. Lets it go with a three. The shot, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Celtics passing it around. It's good from long range. White's got 20.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Now Podziemski. Three-pointer, Butler. Butler loves the three-point look.
And one of the most competitive players this league has, Butler answering that triple.
Pass to Minot. Back to Brown. Here's Minot. Brown inside. Defended by Moody. Good. Nice job down low. Brown's got 17 now, just in the second half.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Outside Curry. Pass to Moody. Puts up a three. Boston grabs the miss. And here's Brown. And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's a three-point Celtic lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Now Butler. Green, the screen, and Butler, here we go.
Oh, he has a knack for delivering in big moments. Everyone in the building knew Butler was going to take that shot.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And the Celtics making a change here. Walsh is checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Quentin Post is checked in for Brandon Podziemski. Looking around. Now Brown, lots of room, and he drains the J.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Green outside. Here's Curry. Jacks up a three. Curry from three.
Everybody in the building knew Curry was the guy on that trip, and he still delivered. You're talking about one of the most clutch players we have ever seen.
Brown against Butler. Now Pritchard. From deep. The shot misses. Now here's Moody. He started closer.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
First free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them the lead.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
Brown outside. Here's Keita, post covering, now White, rocket two. Outside Brown. Here's the screen. three misses.
Oh, he is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the final quarter. Green misses the three. The Celtics shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Now White. Brown outside.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Curry connects with the chain.
Well, you knew it would be Curry in crunch time. Everybody understood Curry was going to get the basketball right there.
Wow, here's Brown. And he banks the layup in.
It seems like Brown always has something cooking, and he shows up big when they need him most.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Guys, what are their best options now?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
I am really curious to see what he's got in store here.
Shot and game clock separated by 4. Outside Curry. The three is off, and they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for 2, Peyton Pritchard.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Pritchard against Curry. Launches from deep. The three doesn't go.
Great at jumping into action on these plays, saving that possession for his team.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Fires, misses the three, and that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. battle tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Walsh in at the 4 slot. Book it!
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
Outside Brown. Here's White from outside, and down goes the 3.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Butler. Now Curry. Puts it up from 12. That one goes. Count it.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Outside Brown. A minute into overtime of what has been a great game so far. Now White, shot clock at 6. Peyton Pritchard buries the deep ball.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Butler outside. Here's Curry, beyond the arc. Curry with the 3 at the other end.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a 3 of his own.
White outside. Now here's Brown. From about 19, that one goes in.
And Brown can score from anywhere, which is what makes him a big problem for the defense.
Now here's Moody. White covering. Now Butler, and taken away by Brown. Here's Kata. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. White. And get the 3. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Strong move off the glass.
There's the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
Pritchard against Curry. Here's Brown. Releases. He nails the 6-footer.
So many big moments for Brown in his career. No sweat there.
The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 for 4 on their field goal attempts in overtime. Puts it right back up and in.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Now here's Brown. Here's Pritchard. Right a screen. Puts up the 3. 3. Good. That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
Guys, more than a roar, more like an explosion.
Curry fires. Can't drop the tough 3-pointer. Boston's gone 3 of 4 from 3-point range since the start of overtime. Very solid. Knocks down the 3.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Now here's Curry. It falls!
Fearless. Curry takes up the challenge and gets that big basket to fall.
This team knows they can rely on him in these situations. He is so consistent at the free throw line.
Brown against Butler. And there was a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Butler against Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wide outside. They set the pick. Takes the 3. Drained from outside.
And just no better time to catch fire from 3 than overtime. He's hitting those triples like it's nothing.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Here's Green. That's in there.
Well, Draymond is always looking for the best option out there, and that time he found it.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Celtics. At the line for 2 shots.
The first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're trailing by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Well, at this point, everything has to go your way to extend this game.
Curry is inside. He's covered by Pritchard. The shot is off. And that's an intentional foul.
Stephen Curry. Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown. At the line for 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
So we see Boston get the win here. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
So now, let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
Thanks, guys. Jaylen, congratulations. You had a monster game. What was your mindset coming in?
just be aggressive. Keep playing my game. No doubt. Just keep executing the game plan. Everything can fall in place.
This team needs you to be aggressive. Congrats on the win.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie